très grand merci, Monsieur Vauru. Et j'aimerais maintenant inviter Monsieur John Prendergast à prendre la parole. Monsieur John Prendergast est un auteur connu, un défenseur des droits de l'homme reconnu, et il a été directeur des affaires africaines du Conseil de sécurité. Je lui donne la parole. Merci.
The case for protection and third country resettlement of Camp Ashraf's residents is compelling and is urgent. This immediate protection and resettlement priority cannot be replaced by this plan, as has been referenced by my colleagues today, for internal relocation. This would leave the residents, in many of our experiences working on human rights issues around the world, this would leave the residents, as you all know, much more vulnerable to attack inside Iraq and would actually delay a durable solution, the opposite effect of what is intended. The truth is that the situation appears today frozen in a very dangerous way. So I would like to focus on the responsibilities of specific institutions and actors in the international system, because now is the time for real accountability for those institutions and actors. First, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Its role and responsibility, and I'm sharing this recommendation with our group here, is to make a group determination for refugee status for the Camp Ashraf residents and make that determination immediately. In the meantime, to provide protection officers to be resident in the camp and reporting regularly to Geneva, the eyes and ears on the ground, to deter violence. The second actor I'd like to point out is the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. Its role should be to place round-the-clock human rights monitors in the camp to report regularly to both Geneva and to New York. The High Commissioner should make a strong, clear, and direct call to the United Nations Security Council and member countries to protect and to resettle in third countries the residents of Camp Ashraf. Third, I'd like to appeal to the United Nations Secretary General. Ban Ki-moon's role is to use now the bully pulpit of his office to demand that major countries, major powers in the United Nations Security Council do their part in ensuring protection and resettlement of the residents of Camp Ashraf. He can make official requests of countries to fulfill their responsibility to protect. He needs to set the tone for the United Nations system. Fourth, the United Nations Security Council. The game has changed in the last 6 months for the United Nations Security Council. In 2 cases, they authorized or supported action to fulfill the responsibility to protect mandate in a proactive way as they had never done before. Those 2 cases, the Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and Libya. Now, the United Nations Security Council should put the case of the residents of Camp Ashraf on its responsibility to protect radar and take action as necessary to support protection and third country resettlement. The fifth institution I want to point out is UNAMID. UNAMID's role is clear. We need a full-time unit inside the camp to undertake protection by presence, continue to report and monitor on what's going on, but particularly to deter any kind of an attack on the residents of the camp.